I can feel it in my soul.
Alright, we're finally checking out Metallica 1. This was the winner of a survey we posted. This is our first time hearing anything from Metallica, at least knowingly. Could have heard it in passing, I don't know. But first go at it, let's get into it.
This is old.
The cerebrum has suffered massive and irreparable damage.
You never know what has happened to him.
Had I not been sure of this, I would not have permitted him to live.
Where?
Father? What happened? I need help.
What is democracy? What is democracy?
It's got something to do with young men killing each other.
When it comes my turn, will you want me to go?
For democracy, any man would give his only begotten son.
Okay, this is gonna be a song about the government, or? I thought that was interesting. He said, for democracy, any man would give his only begotten son, which sounds like something out of the Bible, you know what I mean? I can't quote the verse, but I know it's like, just the terminology, begotten son, sounds like something out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was just interesting. It made it sound like democracy is a religion, so to speak. You know? Mm-hmm. It's John 3:16.
It is impossible for a decerebrated individual to experience pain, pleasure, memory, dreams, or thought of any kind. This young man will be as unfeeling, as unthinking as the dead until the day he joins them.
I don't know whether I'm alive and dreaming or dead and remembering. How can you tell what's a dream and what's real when you can't even tell when you're awake and when you're asleep? Where am
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops in me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
I just went ahead and chopped off everything. Oh, God. Please make them hear me. They won't listen. They won't hear me. You don't wake me up. I'll be like this for years. Hear me.
Back in the...
Okay. What do you have so far?
This is deep. It's a little bit old school in like the mastering, I guess, the mixing and the audio. It's just like a little old, you know, but I feel like the energy and the message is louder than the oldness of the technology.
See, I am since without knowing like when the song came out, it's hard to know the context, like what they're talking about specifically. Are they talking about post-war? Is this a post-war song?
Yeah, this is like 70s or 80s.
Kind of sounds like, because he's after the war is through with me, something, all there is pain. And that one part with just the voice that was talking, was talking about how do you know what's real when you don't know if you're asleep or awake.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think we both were like, oh, like on that part, because like, okay.
That's a good question.
That is, because that can be two different interpretations too. Because literally, how do you know if you are asleep or awake? How do we know this isn't a dream?
Right.
How do I know that you're even real? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
This could just be my dream, and then I'm going to wake up from this dream.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Or it could be interpreted like sleep, like woke, like sleep, or wake, like that kind of thing.
Right. Are
you know what I'm saying?
Are you aware in your body?
Like, are you aware of?
It's like that meme you showed me the other day of like, how many times have you seen your neighbors taking groceries inside the house?
Right. Like, how do you know it's not a simulation?
I mean, that's a good question.
Right. So it's like, are you aware, like awake?
Questions.
You know what I mean? Or are you asleep, like kind of just a cog in the wheel, just going through the motions? So it could be two different interpretations. I was like, oh, that part's interesting. Now, that voice is a little hard to hear, but the song is actually more clear than I expected.
Now, what do you think about this whole surgery thing? Because, like, there's this, like, I cut everything off. Oh, my gosh. Like,
I don't know, because that voice is hard for me to hear, but the
Right.
singing is actually easier to hear. It's not what I was expecting. Usually the singing is hard for me to hear. Like, we were going to do a lyric video. We're like, oh, we'll try the music video, see if we can hear it.
Wake me up, I'll be like this for years. Hear me. Back in the womb, it's much too real. In Pump's life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, head to the dude that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
It's like a piece of meat that keeps on living.
Oh. Oh.
It won't always be like this, will it?
I can't live like this. I can't. Please, no, I can't. I can't. Help me. Somebody help me. Mother, where are you? Help me, Mother. I'm having a nightmare and I can't wake up.
Okay, do you guys know what this hospital scene where I have that box contraption on the guy's face? What is that? Let us know in the comments if you know what that is. Like, is that a procedure or something they did to people back in the day?
Yeah.
Like maybe if you came back from war with PTSD
Oh,
or
you know,
something,
they-
like do
what
some kind
was
of
it?
treatment.
What was that? They used to take out people, like they used to take the frontal lobe and like.
Are you talking about the lobotomy?
Yeah, maybe that's
The
what it
little
is.
windshield wiper thing they used to do. or
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe it's that.
You think it's that?
Maybe.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't know. The surgery part is kind of confusing me because it's not. He's like holding my breath, waiting for God to please wake me. Like basically take me out of this nightmare of life, assuming this nightmare of life is literally the dream, the nightmare, you know, and waking up would be dying and escaping it.
Right, but the song seems to be centered around like democracy and war. In the beginning, they're talking about
Right.
democracy. There's always like fighting and death.
Right.
And then in each verse, he's mentioned war twice. So, but the song is really a piece on that. You know what I mean?
So did he go to war and maybe he has PTSD?
He could have.
Maybe
'Cause
that's
he said
what
like
it
once the
is.
war finished with me or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought the song's a piece on like the crazy wars that our government gets us in.
Side note, this electric guitar is so beautiful. It's just like so delicate. It's just like I'm used to electric guitar that's like, you know what I mean? And this is
It's
just
like
like,
chill.
yeah, this is a pretty song.
World is gone, I'm just one. Oh, God, help me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, help
Me lying here like some freak in a carnival show.
He is the armless, legless wonder of the 20th century.
This has a dignity all its own.
Father, I need help. I'm in terrible trouble and I need help.
Don't you remember when you were little? How you and Bill Harper would bring a wire between the two houses so you could telegraph to each other? Still remember the Morse code?
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die. Trapped in myself, fighting my only self.
It's Morse code. For what? SOS. Help.
Landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my legs, taken my soul. Left me with life in hell.
What's he saying? He says, kill me. Over and over again. Kill me.
Don't you have some message for him, Padre?
He's the product of your profession.
Okay, that one part, did he say landmines?
Yeah.
Or taking my legs, arms. Okay.
Taking my sight.
Dang. So I wonder when the song was made, what war is it talking about? Maybe like the Vietnam War, possibly? It would have to have been. I mean, this isn't like a World War One or two. No, you don't even need to. That's what other war would it be? It was probably like a major war. It's probably that. It wasn't World War One or two.
Dang. So this is about like the soldier's perspective after the destruction of war.
Because now we know the guy in the hospital, he is, because he was in war because they say he's a product of your profession.
Yeah.
Like talking to the military guys.
So now it makes sense the whole democracy, any man would give his only begotten son. Like basically all the people that sent their sons to war.
But
like,
I don't think that was like literal.
Well, I feel not literal, but I feel like he was saying that like it's a worthy cause. Like
was he saying
agrees.
It's a worthy cause, or was he critiquing?
Oh,
democracy?
I don't know.
Or was he supposed to be like sleep? Like any man would give up his only begotten son for democracy. You know what I mean? Was it like that tone?
Well, because you got the one side of the argument where it's like, you know, protecting freedom, protecting democracy, fighting for the country to remain. And then you got the other side of the argument that's like, this is all big wig politics and it's all about like hidden, you know what I mean? So
I feel like a lot of songs are usually more critiquing that, the whole, the industry of war and like who profits from it and all this kind of stuff. And like they're not saying that specifically that I can hear or make out, but I feel like it's kind of the undertone. Like this guy whose life is ruined, like kill me, and that's all he's saying. And the guy, he's a product of your profession. You know what I mean? This is your problem. You deal with it. You know what I mean? I feel like this isn't like, oh, this is a noble cause. You know, he gave his life for his country. I don't think this song is coming from that angle. And I always feel weird when I hear democracy because it's like, it's a constitutional republic. You know what I mean? Like, democracy. So I feel like I keep saying democracy and it's like, it's weird. But I mean, that's what the song's about. So, you know what I mean? I just feel weird saying it.
Some message for him, Padre. He's the product of your profession, not mine.
Faces death by himself. Alone.
Goodbye, Father. Inside.
Oh my gosh, okay. I have to like, I'm holding it in so bad.
Holding what
This
in?
is lit. Like, because I tend to like be like screaming and stuff and like overdoing it. And so I'm just like trying to chill. But this is an extremely
oh, because people complain in the comments.
Yeah. I'm trying to chill. But this is so good. I want to be at a concert right now. Like, I can only imagine. It's just like, so, like every time the cadence changes, my body just goes from this to like this
rocker.
to like, it's just like, it just like, I can feel it in my soul. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to chill. I'm trying not to be too loud. It's definitely your kind of music. Yeah, I love electric guitar.
You do.
So much.
So when they said it's a part of your profession, I got confused on the second time I heard it. Were they talking to the...
He said your profession,
some of those people were from the military. It almost seemed like the guy who said that was from the military. Was he talking... I just got a little confused.
He was talking to other people.
So he was talking to someone who's in the military. Okay, that's what I thought.
But I feel like, because they were like, oh, you know, it's Morse code for SOS, kill me now, da,
right,
da, da.
Right.
I feel like the one dude that's like, it's product of your profession, he's translating the like military language to like the shot caller. So like, you know what I mean? And he's like, your profession, not mine. Like basically I'm on the ground trying to preserve democracy while you're, you know what I mean? That's a vibe I was getting at least. Like we're on two different sides of this.
Yeah, screw you.
Nobody pays any attention. If I had arms, I could kill myself. If I had legs, I could run away. If I had a voice, I could talk and be some kind of company for myself. Why don't they get it over with and kill me? I could yell for help, but nobody'd help me. I've just got to do something and see how I can go on like this.
You see that scene? Looks like he's missing his limbs or something.
Yeah, they said they cut everything off.
Oh, of him specifically.
They said he lost, and then he also said he lost his vision, his limbs.
So he got hit with some landmines.
Yeah, I think that's why he was saying, how do you know if you're dreaming or you're awake? And they're like in this nightmare. So I think it's from the soldier's perspective, this whole song.
Oh, wow.
Woo! Okay, that hair. That has to be like early 80s hair. They were just like throwing their hair around and stuff. And I was like, between the hair and the electric guitar, I mean, right there. I'm right there.
Yeah, war is always
sad. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, it's never pretty. And the sad part is, a lot of times what our government gets us into is not necessary.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like for profit. Now, I totally understand, like, you need to protect the country. You know what I mean? Like, to defend the country, protect the country, all those kind of things.
Right.
War can be a necessary evil. But if it's just like for big corporations to profit, you know what I mean?
And they'll tell you it's for one reason, and years later you come to find out it's for a whole other reason. So, it's like everyone knows war is usually about, you know, monopoly moves. But, yeah, what can you do?
Like, this was a song to, like, try and help open the public's eyes for a certain war, I'm guessing.
Yeah, okay, so I want to look up what year this came out.
Okay, so we just looked at the Wikipedia. So it said this song is from 1988, but the video portrays a World War I soldier.
Oh, called One.
Oh, that's why it's called One. Okay, so I was totally wrong about thinking it was about Vietnam.
So it's kind of like a history piece.
I don't know much about World War I at all, to be completely honest.
It almost feels like the old world.
Right.
You know, like every time there's a major war, it changes the world. And it seems like since World War II, it's like World War II to today is like sort of what I can conceive of. And then before that, it's almost like ancient Greece.
Right.
It's just old.
Right.
Do you think there's anybody still alive today that was in World War I?
No.
So that's interesting. So now I'm even more like curious about the backstory of this and like.
Right. And the backstory of World War I.
Yeah.
I mean,
I bet it was messed up.
Right, but I'm just pretty ignorant about World War I in general. I don't know much about it at all. So
because we like never
can't
hear.
Really
Yeah.
say anything about it. It would just be out of ignorance.
Like
I can't say that was a righteous war. That was an unjust war. I just don't know.
Right. Same. Like in school and stuff. I mean, it was all World War II. You know. So
right.
That is interesting.
I think that was a bigger war, like death toll is higher, so that's the one you're gonna hear about more. Like, you're gonna learn about that, and it was more recent.
Maybe that's why they did this song on World War I.
Well, I think it was just on war in general. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see why they chose World War I.
No, I'm so curious.
Maybe it's that jump started like the modern wars or something.
Maybe.
All right, well that's all right. How do you like the song overall? I mean, you loved it.
Yeah. I have two things to say on that.
Okay.
One is that sometimes it's hard for me to get into the older music because it's just mastered so different. And so it's like all the like details you would get at a concert in person, you miss those with the old videos. It almost, you know what I mean? It sounds like it's coming through a screen to another screen. but like a lot of the modern music, it sounds like you're there almost, like Ginger and stuff. So I have to like remember that it's like, you know, I'm not getting the full experience, you know. And I still really liked it.
That's interesting, because I actually like the sound of this better than a lot of the modern stuff, because a lot of the modern stuff is just so like blasting my ears.
Yeah.
Even though we listen on the same volume, it's just like, it can be a little much sometimes. And then, okay, what I don't like about the modern stuff, when they switch from like one headphone to the other.
Yeah, they do.
It's like, I want it just in both my headphones all the time. I don't want it like, like,
yeah.
I don't like that about the modern stuff. Like, this never did us in both my headphones. It wasn't like, killing my ears. I actually like this sound way
like
better
one
than some of the modern stuff.
Yeah. No, see, I like it.
I hate the headphone
I like
switch.
when it. I like the spaz. I think I would like it best if this was in concert and we're in person and I'm in the front row.
The headphone switch feels like someone's like sticking their finger in my ear. It's just like like, I don't like it. You're like, what in concert in the front row?
I said this, if it was like in concert and I'm in the front row, I would like it the best.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you guys hear that? We have a Cash App.
Or if I'm in a mosh pit, you know what I mean? But second, I like the modern, like, blast your ears where it's almost like you're in a concert. Almost. But this would have been epic in person, because I mean, these people are just so talented. Like, I don't know anything about this band. I just know they're really talented. Because all of them were doing solos and, like, riffs and runs and so much stuff. And there wasn't, like, a ton of technology. It was just them and their fingers going at it. Just... Well, thank you guys for this recommendation. Let us know any more Metallica stuff we should check out. Or if you have an interpretation on this video, maybe it's open for interpretation, or maybe it's really clear and, like, we just need some more context. I have no idea. So let us know. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Until next time, that's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. We to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know.